So sorry guys, we had a little technical glitch, one of those things which you can't avoid, and it was just one of we wanted to make sure that we got back to you and we finished the rest of the meeting. But going back to the question, we'll take the question again, and we have another question, Ritu, for you. So Priyanka is asking that on social media you have hundreds of people approaching one person generally, so for help or maybe to put on a link that helps others. So how do you think one can make an impact when they are that one person, trying to reach out to those hundreds of people? So if, like the way you said that your brother went missing and then you posted it on Jams and Jams helped you a lot. So how do you think it somebody else can recreate it and do the same thing? So how can they make that impact?
So it's obviously about how no nonsense and practical you are. I'm a person who's perceived that would always share truth, share facts, and be extremely practical in my approach. So, and it's not just like a perception or a brand image that has been. That's my self personality also. So while I was leading this whole drive about going missing, I was up to date about every single fact. I was not just talking about him being missing, but every fact that was either coming from the police or from the private detective, or I'd also landed up speaking to a lot of psychics and face reader. I would promptly update that on social media because I was getting bombarded with so many calls. So I used social media to my rescue. Having said that, especially when we do our expert online chats also, I always recommend that particular professional that whenever they're giving out information, to be extremely practical. We're not endorsing any other brand. So for example, if there is a doctor, a dermat coming on board, I don't recommend her to share like brand names or give them any kind of exclusivity. It's more like a general consultation that is done. But and skin issues, for example, a dermat, it'll be very difficult if they're just asking a question and getting an answer. You eventually have to meet, show them what the current status of your skin is, and accordingly take it up. She can perhaps give like a very generalized feedback, but not more than that. So you really need to kind of connect or communicate with that person offline or in being physical. And with me personally, because everybody really looks up to what I say, what I do, or what I talk about, I also have to be very, very, very quality conscious. And be extremely careful in my words, in my actions, in what I speak. So it's a lot of pressure, and it's a lot of stress, because there are like thousands of mothers who are looking up to you, and none of us are perfect, right? I mean, there are times even I kind of tear my hair apart, dealing with my child, and even I lose it. But it's always about being more responsive versus being reactive. I also learned it the hard way, thanks to Jam. So even I have grown myself, in this entire process about my handling skills, about my being patient, my being being tolerant. It's been a great mind game. Yeah.
Okay. So how do you think you have benefited because of Jams? Has it kind of helped you take care of your daughter a little better, or got you in touch with a few different mothers who've experienced? So like you were saying, there are single moms. So I'm sure they have so much pressure. I'm single mother is not something which is very much known in India.
Yeah.
I, having grown up in the UK, I had a very many friends who were raised by a single parent, either a single mom, a single dad, or whatever.
True.
So the kind of pressure that women face, not just inside the house with a young child, but also outside, the social pressure. So does Jams kind of offer counseling to such moms, so they have a night out with such moms where they can relax and unwind and kind of have a life otherwise as well?
So single mothers unfortunately feel very left out. So for example, I have this one single parent who doesn't land up being involved in a lot of activities with her friends and children, because always the father is accompanying, and because she doesn't have a husband anymore, she doesn't land up being part of the group. So yes, we do have counselors. I've got hypnotherapists on board. I have these two groups which is called Mania and Butterflies. What they do is they meet offline on a monthly basis. So one mother hosts that whole gathering of another 6 mothers, and they just have a good time. I have no control over what they do or where they go or where they eat or what they plan, but they just having a great time, and it's wonderful. Single mothers specifically. In fact, I'm going to have a separate family lawyer coming on board, just to offer them some complimentary counseling. It is difficult, it is a challenge, but fortunately, this group is quite bonded. In fact, we were part of the Pinkathon, which is an initiative run by Milind Soman, and their team was extremely generous in offering us complimentary registrations. So we actually ran the Pinkathon, and it was amazing. It was amazing. That sense of high that you get, because they land up being a little demotivated and lack of confidence. In fact, they're not even called single mothers in jams. They're called the ready to mingle group of mothers in jams. Mm-hmm. So yes, I do kind of help them out in every possible way, whether they need a doctor's recommendation or a family lawyer's recommendation, or even a counselor's intervention for that matter. Another very popular group that we've started is of the group where there are mothers who have special children. So we are in the process of organizing like an art and craft workshop. How to engage these children productively, because they don't have a lot of acceptance in India, and there are very limited platforms of of professional help for these special children. So this particular group is very very interactive, in recommending what are the app places to be there. Unfortunately, in India, the special children platform doesn't have a lot of awareness. There aren't a lot of support groups out there to help each other. So Jams is just doing its bit in its own little way. In fact, our book club, movie club, and pets club are also extremely successful and very very interactive. So only only information related with books. Only books are being talked about, whether it's parenting books, whether it's books for children, whether it's books for mothers that happen. A movie club is good, so moms just kind of meet offline to watch movies. We've had so many pet adoptions that have happened via the Pets Club, so it's been great. How have I benefited commercially? No, or my team, because they obviously volunteer for the Selfless initiative. Yeah. But where it has helped me personally is generating a lot of informed parenting, ensuring that I also land up leading or facilitating the process of mature and informed parenting, and just building my own contacts on my own network. So for example, if I need if I have a birthday, which happened recently, it was my daughter's birthday, and we planned like a last minute engagement for her friends in the building. 3 phone calls, and I had the entire party happening within 2 hours at my home. So I got a home baker who delivered me cake. I had a mompreneur who sent me a tattoo artist. I had somebody who did the catering and provided snacks. So everything was done and so everybody's on my speed dial.
Wow, so that's like
all coming to my rescue.
So I have Ritu on speed dial, so that I am sure that pretty much connects me to thousands others. So we have had somebody ask for the WhatsApp number, so we'll get it back to you personally rather than put it out on social media, because you never know where it gets shared. So we'll send it out to you personally, Nupur, and then you can get connected to Ritu and join Jams that way. Or you can also join the Facebook group and get started from there.
So we've just started a Facebook page of Jams Network. We've just recently got onto Instagram and Twitter to just expand our social media. Although a lot of mothers are not there on Instagram and Twitter, unfortunately. Yeah. We are still very Facebook, and most of them are on WhatsApp. But feel free to write to me. My email address is jamsnetwork@gmail.com. We also have a website, so you can, if there are mothers who are connected online and are watching us and wish to be part of the Bombay, Navi Mumbai and Thane based Jams WhatsApp group, you can just share your details on our website and we'll get you added immediately as per your child's age.
Okay. So, as we're coming towards the end of it, Ritu, we have around 15 minutes to go. So, is there anything which you think that we should be talking about more, like which we haven't spoken about yet? Another little secret out of your big potly which you can tell us about jams, or how social media has helped you, or whatever you can.
So I would perhaps like to share again about what Jams has been. So on WhatsApp network we have separate groups dedicated as per the first child's age. That's one platform. The second platform is where I have separate WhatsApp groups dedicated to the professionals. So we've got trainers, counselors, doctors, lawyers, kids product services mompreneurs. I've got the food mompreneurs. Then I have separate WhatsApp groups dedicated to the single mothers. I have the separate WhatsApp group dedicated to mothers that have special children, to grandmothers, which is a very, very interactive group again. And our most interactive groups are the book club, the pets club, and the movie clubs. So that's a little bit about the WhatsApp network. The secret Facebook group is where there are lots of mompreneurs. They can self-promote themselves once a week, and in case if there is any question, etc., that can be asked. I keep sharing a lot of tips, gyan, information, a lot of helpful links that the mothers can benefit. So that's part 2 of our network. Part 3 of our network is the offline connectivity that we do via our various complimentary workshops. Like I mentioned earlier, we've done cooking workshops, makeup, grooming, workshops, belly dance, how to make eco-friendly Ganesha idols workshop.
The chocolate ones.
Sorry? Yes, absolutely. And we've done workshops on a lot of parenting. In fact, we're hosting around 4 to 5 workshops in this particular month. So we just did a workshop on influence of art and maths, on children. We did a book club event with a celebrity book writer. We did a cooking workshop. We have 2 workshops coming up on April 17th and April 24th, which are absolutely complimentary. We're also hosting some paid workshops on social media, on how to get fitter, and constantly I keep sharing updates of all these summer activities, summer camps. This is what I've been engaging in, particularly in the last 2 weeks, so that the mothers of various who have children of various ages can participate and engage themselves productively. And of course, our social initiatives, which is a separate, that's like part 4 of Jams, where we do social causes every 6 months, and that's what stands us out. So we've done initiatives which have been called Happy New Hair, iLight, Must Santa, and our upcoming social initiative for this particular month, because we complete 2 years of running, is called Step Up. So if I may encourage, and perhaps we can share the link of Step Up. So if you wish to contribute for a noble cause, and believe you me, every penny of it would go, for the benefit of these particular underprivileged, children. So we'll step up. We'll share the link, so that you can contribute generously on that.
Share the link at the end of the video.
Absolutely.
And we'll put it up on the page. So if people want to contribute, they can contribute. So in the meanwhile, we have a question, that's from Pallavi, saying, how do you manage it all, and where do you get the inspiration and energy from?
Well, that's a good question. I'm someone who's very, very social. Materialistic things don't give me any pleasure. So if you give me the latest handbag or the mobile phone or the latest television set or a dress, it won't excite me at all. What I really like is I love people. I'll also share a little background about who I am and what I do. So I've always been a Mumbaikar, and while I was going to school, I joined Shamak's classes. Shamak Dava was a very, very popular Bollywood choreographer, and who was my guru. So I joined his classes. I got selected to be part of his troupe. I'm a trained Bharatanatyam dancer, and I was working with him for almost 8 years. I've done Bollywood movies like Vitt Pagal Hai, Tal, done all the possible award functions like Femina, Filmfare, IFA, etc. I've traveled extensively with him in and outside India. So while this was happening in school and in college, the BPO sector was really, really hot. So when I stopped, doing or teaching dancing, I moved on to the call centers, and that's where I was a soft skills trainer and a facilitator. And I moved to Delhi immediately after my marriage. I started dabbling in a little bit of freelance work. I'd also moved to Australia for a little while. And after I came back, I was freelancing for almost 10 to 12, almost 12 to 15 training companies across India. So I'm essentially a soft skills corporate trainer. And I also engage in a lot of freelance mystery shopping. I don't know if you know about that.
Yes, I have. I didn't know mystery shopping was quite present in India, because I'm aware about mystery shopping in the UK, but I didn't know about mystery shopping being present in
So
India.
that's the mystery. That's the mystery about it. So mystery shopping is nothing but doing quality audits for various products and services. So I also dabble. It's like an extension of my being a customer service facilitator. Um, when I became pregnant, like I had mentioned earlier, that I wanted to consciously give my first 5 years to my daughter. I just took a backseat, and I enjoyed my pregnancy, and not standing in queues, and getting a lot of pampering and attention. And after I delivered her, I kind of I was just with her. So even when I started jams, it's only because that's a time when she actually goes to her play school, and that's the time I'm online. Otherwise, no. So when she's around me, you'll not see me on my phone at all. I'm so particular about work-life balance, and I think jams is just an extension of my own personality, because it's a very no-nonsense, it's a very practical, it's a very logical and disciplined approach. Usually, when people ask, would you want to choose discipline or indiscipline, I would choose discipline.
Yeah.
I'm somehow very fond of
Following a process.
following a little bit of a process and a structured platform. Having said that, jams actually helped me explore something which was unstructured, initially. When we started, it was just like a random, a very casual group of mothers. Yes, we do have a little bit of structure in terms of our interaction timings and in terms of our theme days. But otherwise, we're just taking it each day as it comes. So a lot of people say that, what are you doing about it? You spend so much of time, effort, creativity, leading the whole initiative. But we actually don't have a vision. We don't have a mission. We don't have like a goal setting chalked out for us, or like a tagline. We're just taking it each day, as it comes. Whether it's something that I want to get into full time, I don't really know. But I'm just exploring and having fun and helping others at the moment.
So, coming towards the end and wrapping it up, how do you feel that in the longer run, where do you see jams going? Do you think it will become a more of an offline thing, or it will always stay the online one, which it is, with technology changing as well? Now the way we have Facebook Live.
True.
So, do you think, where do you see jams going in the next year or 2 years? How do you see it shaping up for?
So unfortunately, like I said earlier, we don't really have a mission or a vision, how we see ourselves in the next 2 years or in the next 5 years. But having said that, I think it's going to be a fair balance of being connected online, because at one goal, you can reach out to so many people, and mothers who are constantly backing the career and home. So it's a little difficult, for them to come out and interact offline every single time. So the online presence would definitely be there, and of course we'll just try and get better with our offline connectivity, because at the end of the day, that's what really works.
Yes, indeed.
Every time, all my success stories have always been about how they have met offline during a workshop, or during a coffee meet, or during a lunch meet, and how immensely they have benefited from them. In fact, a little extension to jams. I'm actually launching a new initiative which is called the Speed Networking Sutra. So we're actually going to get all these women entrepreneurs and mompreneurs to sit in a room with 19 other equally very, very talented entrepreneurs, and help them network. I've got these two wonderful celebrity expert women speakers who would actually share tips and mentor them as to how they will share the success stories as to how they can make it better. So it's going to be a power packed 2.5 hour session which is happening on 7th of May. So that's called the Speed Networking Sutra. So we formally launched it just yesterday on Gudi Padwa, and we've already got so many registrations in, and yeah, let's hope for the best.
Wow. So I am looking forward to that event, definitely. And I'll just start to wrap it up. So basically, thank you very much, Ritu, for spending that 1 hour with us when your daughter is not home.
Yeah.
And we tried to stick to the fact that Ritu truly believes in is we don't disturb her time when she needs to be at home and be the mother, because Jams is all about being a mother. So I'm sure, Ritu, you would want to say that be a part of Jams, but also connect and stay connected offline with your own child who's made you that mother.
True.
So social media can act to your benefit, but it's up to you how you decide and when you draw the line to it. So I know there are so many people watching it out there. They'll be advising me later on saying you are always on social media, but that's what I keep telling people, that now my life is run by social media. And to keep a venture going, yes, you need to be, but you also need to draw that fine line and make sure that you have your me time, you have your family time, you spend time on yourself, and then you come and spend time with the world which is basically at your feet. Social media has managed to connect us, but it has also managed to become like a blessing and a curse too. So eventually, as we wrap it up, you'd say that it's up to you how you decide to use it, but a lot of people have benefited from it. So try and be on the good side. And Ritu, any last thoughts, any last points you would like to say?
Well, thank you very much. Something that I always believe and promote is work-life balance. So, as like Akansha said, as long as you can draw a line, and something I also very strongly endorse is the me time for the mother. So, you may have children, you may have to go to work, you may have to take the house, but just that one day of the week or that one day of the month, spend me time for yourself, where you're just doing something which is, which is perhaps pampering you. So whether it's a coffee date with your girlfriends, or going to a nightclub and just dancing alone, or watching a movie, or going to a spa, do that. Reading a book, anything that works. Make sure you also spend your me time, because what's most important is you first, more than anybody else in this whole wide world.
So right, we have one last question, I think, and we will wrap it up. But thank you very much. I think we're not able to see the question yet. We'll get back to you with the question, but thank you very much for everybody who logged in and watched the whole live. Also, we're sorry for the glitch which we had in between, but we promise to come back more with next week, and we will keep you guys updated with what's happening next week. Very sure the last one is not sure what you're endorsing, but it sounds like fun because you're doing a lot of smiling. So yeah, I am sure Ritu loves what she does, and she smiles a lot, which is very infectious of her, because I've realized I've been smiling for the last 1 hour. So Ritu is infectious and her smile is very infectious. So thank you very much, Ritu, for spending the hour with us. And at Storified, we love to have you on board and keep us inspired and motivated as you always do. So thank you, Ritu. Thanks for being with us today.
Lovely. Pleasure. Thank you all the viewers.
Thank you, guys.